Arwin's drawing shows images of rebels with big guns. Playmates who were with him in the middle of all the chaos. Carabaos being stolen away. His art colors were mainly black. His strokes heavy, almost to the point of obliterating the figures. The fear that grips his heart can still be seen in his eyes.
Sadlok mo ito, paingon niya nga, usig patyon niya. Sunod ni Saka na sila, ito isa gabantay. Sunod ni uli.
The armed men went up our stairs.
Ato sila sa hikas nga balay.
Our carabao was caught and the men were laughing.
Balay ni Dinsyo. Sunod na uli lang.
And my mother screamed. Then we hid in the dryer.
Tapos,
and her aunt said we should stay in the school. We slept there, and then my mother started yelling, and she suddenly went berserk.
Papa ay akong palay tulog-tulog, kaya gabantay sila. Pero nagbuto-buto na sa ranay.
Okay lang yung kanyang kinikilos, pero nung natapos na ng harassment, parang matakutin.
Yung anak ko noon, makaabot yan doon sa malayo, doon pa sa malayo. Kasama na yung ibang yung mga kaibigan niya.
Bali, hindi nagaano nagapasyal ng malayo. Sa ngayon, parang unti-unti nang nawala. Bumabalik na yung normal niyang kilos.
Based on these drawings, I can say that this boy was exposed to a very traumatic experience characterized by a high level of aggression and violence imposed on him and his playmates and eventually his family. Okay, there are basically 3 dimensions of personality and functioning that will be affected and will show long-term effects of the traumatic experience of Arwin. The first is the perception of self. The second is the perception of others, and the third is the perception of the world. In terms of healing the deep-seated trauma, the child himself cannot heal on his own. So, as a mental health professional, I would advise that his family be healed at the same time, so that it will be easy for Arwin to find support for his emotional and psychological needs, as well as his safety and belongingness needs.
This is only one example of traumatization among displaced children, and Arwin is only one among the many others who have lived in evacuation centers. Displacement causes disruption in the children's lives. Oftentimes, it also causes psychosocial distress. Because of their vulnerability, children and youth undergo a very difficult situation. And this leads them deeper into confusion and helplessness. Displaced children who should have the chance to live normal lives become victims of the situation. They do not have enough food. They cannot attend school. More importantly, children who grew up in a climate of aggression, animosity, and deprivation are likely to absorb a culture of hostility and resentment. The desire to avenge what happened to them is a common observation.
Kapag nagbaril, natakot din kami mga bata. Kasi takot kami baka kuan kami, baril kami. Nagtago rin kami. Okay na yan, kasi nakapag-aral na ako. Minsan, sinasabing nanay kung mina kami. Ayoko naman kasi dito ako nag-aral.
Considering the plight of the displaced children and believing that children should have better opportunities for growth and development, Balay facilitates their healing and recovery through programs designed to bring back a sense of normalcy to their disrupted lives. Balay draws deep from its own well of experience, as they have been working with children of other victims of human rights violations for many years.
Mas mahirap talaga yung bata kasi kunwari sa community, kailangan ka maging creative. Tapos especially yung language, kailangan alam mo kung paano kang magsalita. Siyempre titingnan mo yung bata. Pag-share sa experience nila, kailangan namin gumamit ng kunwari, yun, drawings. So doon sa drawings na yun, yun siya nagiging isang method na magsasalita na sila na ikukwento nila yung experience from drawing alone na malalaman, bakit mo yan din drawing? So from doon, mag-share na sila na doon na namin napapalaliman yung pinagdaanan, yung effects at yung impact sa kanya nung nangyari.
For the youth, we always have peace camps because we want to develop our youth as peace advocates to their fellow youth in the area. Peer counseling also for the youth as they themselves would be counselors for each other.
Balay's work is anchored on its commitment to protect and promote human rights, and for that matter, the rights of children. One essential feature of this commitment is expressed through the conduct of basic human rights, including children's rights education. Balay's psychosocial rehabilitation work revolves not only among the children and youth clients, but among their families and communities as well. The institution believes that family and community involvement is crucial in the healing process of the internally displaced, more so for the children. Parents and other siblings also participate in the healing process of traumatized children among the displaced. One very important strategy of Balay in its interventions is the direct involvement of the clients and mutual agreement about possible interventions to take.
Natutukoy rin dito ang
Sa totoo lang talaga nung nagkaroon ng giyera, makita mo malaking gap. Hindi na nagpapansinan yung mga Christians at Muslim. Nagagalit kami sa kanila, nagagalit din yung mga Muslim sa amin. Kaya parang yung barangay namin parang patay, walang kabuhay-buhay. Dahil hindi maganda yung relasyon ng mga Muslim at Christian. Kaya yun, doon pumasok yung Balay sa amin. Nagkandak sila ng summer camp kung saan yung mga kalahok din mismo is yung mga kabataang mga Muslim at saka Christian. Doon, nag-usap-usap kami na ipalabas yung mga galit namin sa isa't isa. Nalaman namin na pare-pareho lang pala kaming mga biktima ng giyera. Sa tulong din ng Balay, nag-organize kami ng organization sa amin, yung Balay Chrislam Youth Organization. Talagang dahil sa mga programang inilungsad ng Balay sa amin, nakatulong yun sa amin para ma-develop namin yung mga abilidad namin, yung mga characters namin at mga talento.
Children and youth, in as much as they are vulnerable by nature, are also as resilient. The road to recovery and healing is gradual and takes a long process. Balay will always strive to continuously enrich its expertise, to respond to the needs of its clients, to be able to contribute to the displaced children's recovery, so they too may develop into productive citizens of our country. Who says displaced children cannot enjoy childhood? Let us all do what we can. We can send some of these children and youth to school. We can support peace-building efforts for Mindanao and wherever armed conflicts break out. We can encourage our school to adopt a poor school. We can do this and a whole lot more.